Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and this is going to be a look at a pair of flashlights that I received from Thrunite for review purposes. I want to go ahead and give Thrunite a shout out. Like I mentioned in my previous Thrunite videos, they've been pretty generous to send out these flashlights to myself and fellow YouTube reviewers to go ahead and get them in hand, play with them, and see what what they're all about, and then go ahead and turn around and make these videos so you guys can see, especially because, in my opinion, for the money, these are some of the best EDC flashlights that you can pick up right now. They make great everyday carry lights. They make great keychain lights. And again, for what you're paying for these lights, you get some really awesome quality build, quality materials. And it's definitely a light that you're going to want to carry on a daily basis. So the two flashlights that I have today is the T10 and the new Ti3. Now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and show you guys the T10, but I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I have already done a review on the T10S, which is basically this flashlight but in the stainless steel version. They also make a T10T, which is again the same flashlight but in a titanium version. So one of the things that I really like about the way that Thrunite does their packaging is it's one of those lights that you can pick up, and again, for the money, if you want to pick up a couple of them and give them away as presents, Christmas presents, birthday presents, they come really nicely packaged. So basically it'll give you all in one. So here it is. It comes in this really nice case, and again, you see in the front right there, Thrunite T10. So we'll open this up. You got some instructions, gel silica, put that to the side, and then here is the light itself. So on this side, in this little baggie, you have the flashlight. All right, we'll set it to the side, and then you get a really awesome diffuser cone, which goes on the front of the light, and then inside the cone, you got a couple more goodies. You have your really sturdy pocket clip. That's one of the things that I really like about the T10S that I've actually been carrying as my EDC light for the past couple months. You get a spare O-ring, and then you have a small Allen wrench to actually attach the pocket clip to the light itself. So here it is, very, very lightweight. Again, this is the aluminum body version. I'm coming from the stainless steel version, so this is a little bit lighter than that one is. Really awesome contrast with the tail cap switch and the head of the flashlight being in this silver color, and then the rest of the body being in black. Again, T10 right there, and then Thrunite on the other side. This runs on one AA battery. Again, really easy to find, fairly inexpensive, and if you do get rechargeables, that's less money that you have to spend. On the back, you have a small area, so if you want to attach a lanyard to it, you can. And then on the other side, you have the two holes for the screws for the pocket clip. Very functional knurling on the light itself. So I'll go ahead and throw a battery in there. Now this has a max output lumens of 169, so that's really nice. That's more than enough, lumens that you would need for a regular EDC light. And you do have 3 different modes on this. So you have a Firefly, there we go, a Firefly mode, which is I'm not exactly sure how many lumens it is, but it's definitely something that, if you want to prolong the life of the battery and the flashlight itself, and you don't want to use all that amount of light, you can go ahead and do that. Then you can either click it completely or just soft click it, and it'll go to a medium. This is more of a manageable amount of light that comes through, and then click again, and then you have the 169 lumens. I normally just keep it on the 169. I figured if I have the ability to use that much, I can go ahead and use it every time that I click it on. So the cool thing is when you do click it off, it has a memory, so it will remember the last mode you were using. So every time you click it back on, it will click on that the higher mode, so 169 for this one. I enjoy that just because, again, if I'm going to use the flashlight, I'm going to use the highest amount of lumens that it's able to put out. So it always comes on that. But you can always click it off, click it on, and it'll cycle through the modes as well. And there you go. So that is the T10 from Thrunite. Again, one AA battery, 169 lumens. So let me go ahead and set this off to the side, and we'll go ahead and look at the Ti3. Again, it comes in the same packaging here, this cardboard sleeve around it. And then here it is. This is the Ti3 from Thrunite. So you open it up, and then you got some instructions. Now let's take a look at a little bit of this, because this is a little bit different from the other one, from the T10. Focus this in. All right. So this runs on one AAA battery, and it's going to give you a max output of 120 lumens. So that's a lot of lumens coming out of one AAA and such a small package flashlight, and that's really awesome. Especially if you're going to be carrying this like a keychain, you're going to get a lot of power out of it, especially if you can't carry a bigger flashlight or anything like that. And then you do have 3 different modes on this one as well. So you have a Firefly mode, which is 0.04 lumens, low mode, which is 12 lumens, and then the high, which is 120 lumens, and then you have a what they call a hidden strobe mode, which is also coming out at 120 lumens. So let's go ahead and take a look at the light. Here is the silica gel pack, just like the other one. Set that to the side. And in here, you've got a couple of different accessories. You have a small little crab claw, that if you are going to use this as a keychain light, you're able to go ahead and attach it. And it comes with this little triangle here, which you can put on the light itself, and that's how you would attach the crab claw. And then you get a spare O-ring. Now what's really cool about this particular one is that they definitely thought a lot about what they wanted to package with the light, whether it is from feedback from reviewers and things like that. But I definitely think that they made a really good choice. So as I mentioned before, you have the crab claw in there, and here's the light itself. So you have a little section right here which you can attach that triangle to and attach the crab claw to. But if you don't want to use this as a keychain light, they also include a pocket clip, which is really cool. It definitely allows it to ride really deep, and the pocket clip just basically just goes in there like that. As you guys can see, it'll ride all the way down to here, so there's barely any part of the light sticking out from your pocket. And I really like that, because that's less things to snag on, if you're walking by a table or something like that. It has a really low profile, and because the light is so small and so lightweight, it'll definitely disappear in the pocket. So let me go ahead and throw a battery on here, and we'll take a look at it. Again, this runs on one AAA battery, so there it is. And as you guys can see, the light itself, obviously without the head, is almost the size of the battery. So that way you guys can get a little bit of a feel for how small this light is. So obviously this does not have a tail cap switch. It has a flat tail cap, which is really nice because you're able to tail stand this if you want to use this to light up a bigger area. And obviously the fact that they offset this the area where you would attach the keychain to, it lends itself to that. So the way you operate this is by twisting the head, and first twist right there, you get that Firefly mode, which is the 0.04 lumens. You twist and twist back, you get the medium, which is the 12 lumens, and then if you twist it and twist it back, you get the high, which is 120 lumens. So again, out of this small little package, you're getting a lot of light coming out of there. So in order to get to that strobe, basically what you have to do is you have to cycle through the modes 6 times, and then the next time, the 7th time, will be your strobe. So there it is, strobe at 120 lumens. Again, it's not as easy to get to as other lights in the markets are, but it's one of those things that out of this small light, I wouldn't see myself using the strobe mode that often, and if it is, it's going to be somewhere where I can go ahead and cycle through those modes and get to it really quickly. Now, one thing that I do want to mention is this does not have that memory like the T10 does. So basically, if you turn it on Firefly and then turn it off for a couple seconds and then turn it back on, it will come on Firefly again. So you have to actually physically cycle through the different modes to get to that 120, which is normally at the end. Again, it's not a big deal. Something like this, it's going to be more of a keychain or backup light. So I definitely might not want it to come on that high, and if I do, I can just cycle through the modes. It's got a really nice knurling on the aluminum body here. It's really easy to manipulate with one hand if you had to. So there it is. There's me cycling through the modes: low, medium, high. And then you can always just click it, put it back in your pocket if you're gonna have that pocket clip, or just let it dangle from your keys. By way of comparison, here is the T10, so you guys can see the difference. So obviously, this is the AA, this is the AAA. So Here they are, one side by side, so you guys can see the width. And I also wanted to bring this in. This is the Ti3, which is basically the earlier version of this. So as you guys can see, they definitely took a lot of input and feedback into consideration. This one had this area on the top where you would attach the keychain to, which is nice. You have it there, very secure, but you're not able to tail stand it. So they put it off to the side on this one. This one did not come with a pocket clip. I actually had to grab this pocket clip from another flashlight. And as you guys can see, obviously I wanted to be able to clip this onto the pocket. So now they include this one. And with this clip, you can actually see that it's, it's very similar as far as how deep it'll ride. But with the little hump on the top right here, that's a little bit extra that's going to pop out. So pretty much similar size. Obviously, they're both AAA. But again, this is the new Ti3 version. I would definitely recommend this, especially if you're looking for something small, something easy to carry in either a pocket or your keys. And what's cool about this is these two lights right here, I would definitely say are a great combo package together. So if you want to have a backup flashlight and a primary flashlight, this is probably where I would go to. You get 120 lumens from your backup light. You get 169 lumens from your primary light. They're very easy to carry. And again, it's not that much difference. So if you go to use your primary light at 169 lumens and it's not working, you're not going to have to resort to going to a backup light that's going to be half or a third of the amount of lumens. So in other words, if you have something that's maybe only coming in at 30 lumens, there's obviously a big difference from what you're used to using. This is a lot closer, 120 to 169. So you're going to get pretty much that same feel if you're using your primary or your backup. So there it is. This is the T10 in the aluminum version from Thrunite, and this is the Ti3. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.